settle this whole Gal Gadot Cleopatra wrong button press? Hello everyone, I am MechaRandom42, the one, the only, the original, your favorite YouTube consumer advocate, Harpy. This might be our last video from this setup this year. I don't know, we'll see how long the snow lasts, right? We'll see. We are still on and talking about this Gal Gadot Cleopatra nonsense because, of course, the reculture and the wah and the crybabies and the... No! The little women, those people who insist on Cleopatra being an ethnicity she probably wasn't, according to history, DNA, genetics, science. You know, we believe in stuff like science here.
I like science.
No, that's just Spock. Anywho, what are we on about? We're talking about Gal Gadot. She defends her Cleopatra casting after the whole quote-unquote whitewashing controversy. You can't whitewash something that's already... you know, and here's the thing. I am all for keeping characters, especially when they're fictional characters, as created, and same thing with historical figures, because, I mean, come on, imagine how upset people would be if Tom Hanks all of a sudden started a documentary about the life of Martin Luther King. People would really be upset by that. Really, extraordinarily. And yes, I get that Gal Gadot herself is Israeli and not technically Macedonian. However, she is the #1 box office. This is the same thing with Scarlett Johansson when she was accused of being whitewashed in the Ghost in the Shell film, where it's a robot. It's really a robot body. And the robot can be pretty much anything. And the fact that it's still the same character on the inside, I get why people would be upset by that. And I also get that, you know, sometimes you want to put a butt in the seat in some of these movies. And, oh, wow, this just occurred to me. Okay, so this is another one of those moments.
Smoke weed every day.
No, an enlightened moment. This is why they do so many swapperoonies, because they think that those people buy tickets to movies. That the people who read and complain and scream on Twitter are the ones who are buying. And, you know, some of them might, but a lot of them will just cosplay and tweet about it. Even I've done videos calling out the Mary Sue for not even seeing movies like Captain Crapping Marvel. So, you know, if they're really trying for a lot of the swapperoonies in an attempt to put butts in the seats, I can kind of see why the studio execs and the heads would not view this any differently, even though the big complaint was that Cleopatra was supposed to have been black from Africa, you know, darker skin of African descent. Well, we'll get into the article. What do they say here? And this is a BBC article. Holy crap! This is legit news. This isn't one of those little crummy rumor sites that we always see. Israel film star Gal Gadot has defended her plan to play Cleopatra following accusations of whitewashing. You know, good. I'm okay with her playing Cleopatra, even though she's a little tall. Cleopatra was short, from what I remember. Wasn't she about 5'2"? That's kind of my only real complaint, is that she is so tall, and she's kind of pretty. I don't remember Cleopatra. She was one of those figures who was supposed to have been rumored to be pretty, and then the historical reports have then found that, oh yeah, well, a lot of her beauty was exaggerated, and it was... Here's the thing. People tend to interact and find beauty and attraction in somebody's character and in their charm, as well as just the physical aesthetic. And there's a lot of things that'll make a person prettier or not prettier. For example...
Am I pretty enough to be sexually harassed?
All right, not the example I was thinking of. No, but a lot of the time, the beauty and the grace and the charm comes from a warm smile, even if the person isn't as... And here's the other thing, and I'm trying to avoid using words that might trigger people a little bit in this one. Here's the thing. Standards of beauty change throughout times as well. You'll have, in one part of history, the more Rubenesque, more fuller figured form that that was an indication that somebody was well fed and healthier and was able to bear children, and that was deemed more attractive. And then as we got into like the 90s, the very slim, svelte, a very petite build, but very tall in stature sort of body type was treasured. And now we're kind of coming around to where, I don't know, people are trying to make themselves look as weird as possible with the hair. I think, I don't know. Critics say an Arab or African actress should play the ancient Egyptian queen. No. Sorry, no. You're already going out of your way to race swap Anne Boleyn just so that they can remove the head against the will of a now woman of color. And that's so distasteful. That's a massive woke fail. That is such a massive woke fail on so many levels. You do not know how insulting that is. First of all, if you want to be true to facts, then Cleopatra was Macedonian. The Wonder Woman actress told BBC Arabic's Sam Asi. I'm saying your name incorrectly. I apologize. We were looking for a Macedonian actress that could fit Cleopatra. She wasn't there, and I was very passionate about Cleopatra. So she's probably putting the producer credit behind this, isn't she?
Now I have such a broad reach to people. So this is something that I'm not taking for granted, and I'm being very responsible about it. So
Are you taking responsibility?
I take responsibility.
All right, all joking aside, didn't she maybe, I don't know, get a little bit of backlash when she decided to sing about imagining a world without possessions and people and things?
imagine there's no heaven.
Happiness. You know what? I don't remember what she was on about, but it was another one of those clear cases of
Smoke weed every day.
hearts in the right place, heads up their own patooties, because they just don't quite get, and I don't like to rail on them when they are definitely well-meaning, but sometimes we end up doing that anyway, because that's the shtick, I suppose, on YouTube. That's what people like. So you want to see some of the there's really nothing. I was gonna go writing crop and there's nothing to really rail on except for the people who want Cleopatra to be not what she actually was. Controversy erupted in October after Gadot announced that she would star and co-produce the film. Yes, she was co-producing. I forgot that bit. The Guardian's film. And why would I forget a little silly detail like that? I mean, who knows? The Guardian's Hannah Flint called it a backward step for Hollywood representation, while director Lexi Alexander said a black actress should be cast, citing a reconstruction of Cleopatra's face. Gadot said, I have friends from across the globe, whether they're Muslim, Christian, or Catholic, or atheist, or Buddhist, or Jewish, of course. People are people, and with me, I want to celebrate the legacy of Cleopatra and honor this amazing historic icon that I admire so much. She said that other people were welcome to make their own films. Anybody can make a movie and anyone can go ahead and do it. I'm very passionate that I'm going to do my own too. That's true. That's true. If you're making look at Hamilton, for example. Especially, okay, if Gal Gadot, why do I always call her Jal? It's like the GIF argument, because I'm not going to say Giant or Giraffe, and I'm just going to keep saying GIF, thanks. That was a tangent, and I have no idea why I went on that tangent again.
Smoke weed every day.
Stop tattling on me, Stream Deck. Do I have to say maybe the Stream Deck is the writing crop this time? She's producing the movie herself. Of course, she's going to want to put herself in front of the camera. She's an actress. She's a model. She's somebody who wants to look at herself on screen. So, of course, she did the Imagine thing, for crying out loud.
Imagine there's no heaven.
Cleopatra, Macedonian or Egyptian? Biggest movie star of the day. That's all I see. The biggest movie star of the day. Sure, whatever. And before you guys get on me, oh, Mecca, what about when they take the Little Mermaid and they swap, or they swapped out Cyclone, or... All right, my complaint with that, is not, really so much lacking of representing people who might look like me, because I've never seen myself on screen ever. I've never been represented. I see and I take and I pick a little bit. What I care about is another lazy trope of taking another character with red hair and swapping it for the exact same every single time, rather than, you know, actually incorporating some representation or actual diversity. Or diversity of thought, or bringing in, you know, a character that was originally designed for that specific, you know, ethnicity that you're trying to represent, or by the ethnicity, for crying out loud, rather than just another lazy, boring, run-of-the-mill, same old swapperoonie, because it's getting stale, it's getting so old. It's like, yay, another swap in another superhero movie that's another thing that's exactly the same like we've seen 1,000 times before. We're done. We get tired of it. But no, I mean, the issue isn't so much actually just swapping so much. It is definitely the laziness of it. And they're not even doing it in a way. It's like when Battlestar Galactica swapped out Starbuck or Boomer. They did it in a way that was very, very interesting and integral to the story. Cleopatra, born in the Egyptian capital Alexandria, was the last ruler in the dynasty founded by Alexander the Great's Macedonian general Ptolemy, whose descendants ruled Egypt for 300 years. They have long been thought to have been white with a high degree of inbreeding, but there is a mystery over the identity of her mother, leading speculation that Cleopatra may be of mixed heritage. In 2008, Egyptologist Sally Ann Ashton from the Fitzwilliam Museum in Cambridge created a reconstruction of her face from images of ancient artifacts. It showed her with mixed ethnicity. She probably wasn't just completely European. You've got to remember that her family actually had lived in Egypt for 300 years by the time she came to power. And that could still be mixed with the more Arabic people of the northeastern parts of Africa as well. The following year, a BBC documentary about the discovery of the possible skeleton of Cleopatra's sister. I cannot pronounce that. I'm doing okay with stuff like Ptolemy because I'm more used to that. Cleopatra's sister's name, not going to attempt it. Suggested she may have mixed ancestry, but earlier this year, Catherine Bard, professor of archaeology and classical studies at Boston University, told Newsweek Cleopatra VII was white, of Macedonian descent, as were all of the Ptolemy rulers who lived in Egypt. Well, see, that's how you get, you get a lot of the inbreeding. You do get a lot of the inbreeding with and that's what they stated, so... The celebrated queen has been played on screen by a string of white actresses, most famously Elizabeth Taylor in the big-budget 1963 film. And, I guess they just want people to be sorry that history was a thing, you can take your historical lessons, you can learn from them, you can try your best to avoid repeating them in the future, avoid repeating a lot of the distaste and disagreements, especially extreme differences of opinion that we get into from time to time as society, especially when our viewpoints split off so deeply in so many ways. So I am happy that she's just saying, I'm going to play this and make your own if you want another one. So... what do you guys think in the comment section below? I am Mecha Random 42, and I will see you guys on the next video, live stream, or wherever. Literally wherever now. Bye! Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button, and if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye!
I take responsibility.
It's easy if you try.
Enough is enough.
Funny.
Yeah.